I would now like to turn the program over to Dr. Jack Garrett. He is the Director of Technical Support and Research with QualiTech.
Thank you, Mike. Now I'll cover the information that we have on our SQM trace mineral line and its influence on reproductive performance. Our SQM trace mineral products utilize the polytransport technology. This involves utilizing polysaccharides to encase, enrobe, to protect these trace minerals from interaction with antagonists in the diet and in the environment. These are considered organic trace minerals, and we protect primarily zinc, copper, manganese, iron, and magnesium. It's not an ionic or covalent bonding. It's more of a sequestering with electrostatic bonding, putting a barrier between antagonists and these important trace minerals. The other aspect of our product is that it's got high solubility, so it works well in liquid feeds and in water applications. The first study I'd like to review is a trial that was conducted at the University of Minnesota with beef cattle on pasture. This was a suspected operation or pasture where we had manganese deficiencies. We supplemented with our SQM manganese and saw an improvement in days to conception and pregnancy at first service. We saw significant improvements in those. We did also look at additions of copper and zinc, but they really didn't show any additional benefits, showing that we were really dealing with something that was binding up the manganese and not allowing it to be absorbed and utilized by the animals. So again, this was really a target study that showed your organic trace minerals aren't always going to be a feed additive or a real benefit, but it's really a target usage of these types of products. This study conducted at Colorado State University was again with a beef pasture operation in which we looked at before calving, after calving, and at calving body condition scores. Supplementation was either 1-time NRC, 1.5 times NRC, or SQM trace minerals at 1-time NRC. What we are able to see from this is that we were able to keep body condition scores at a higher level, a significantly higher level, by supplementing with SQM. There were some antagonists in these pastures that were pulling down the overall bioavailability of these trace minerals that even a higher level of supplementation above NRC was not able to overcome. The SQM provided that protection to allow those cows to absorb the trace minerals and hold their body condition score better. This study was a dairy trial that was conducted at the University of Minnesota by Dr. Hugh Chester Jones. In this study, we had 4 different treatments. The first treatment was NRC levels strictly provided by sulfates for zinc, copper, manganese, and iron. In the second treatment, we had 100% replacement of those trace minerals with our SQM products. Then we had 2 other treatments, one where we only supplied 33% replacement with our SQM products, and we used another commercial product at a 33% replacement rate. What we can see in the days open is that there was a significant reduction in days open when we went to the 100% SQM compared to the sulfates, 113 versus 173 days. The 33% applications were similar and were intermediate to the higher level that we provided with the SQM at 100%. What this shows is that, again, the supplementation at 33% didn't allow complete overcoming of the antagonists that were in these diets, and that we really needed to go to a much higher level to get the animals to have the optimum performance that they could have on days open. This slide shows the first service conception rate. It follows that same pattern that we saw in days open, with the 100% SQM treatment having a very high first service conception rate. It was significantly greater than the other 3 treatments, and the other 3 treatments averaged around 30% first service conception rate. When we look at culling rate, which is very important for all dairy operations, we want to minimize culling due to reproductive performance so that we can keep those high-producing dairy cows on the dairy for as long a period of time as we can. We can see from this slide that, again, there was a reduction in overall culling rate when we had the 100% SQM treatment in there. It was down to 16% for this reproductive performance. When the sulfates were involved, that was up to about 44%, and the 33% replacements both were intermediate and averaged around 30% culling rate. From this information, we can see that SQM has a real benefit in being able to keep your reproductive performance at an optimum level by delivering those trace minerals on an effective basis and overcoming any antagonists. I'd like to thank Dr. Hutchins for his participation in this module. If you have any questions for him, please contact him at his email address at the University of Illinois. If you have any questions for me, please contact me at my email address and would be happy to have any discussions with you on this. Thank you for listening and have a good day.